Welcome back to another video. Today we've got finally some more art to unbox. I say it every time. I'm going to say it again because it's just what I do. It's been a while since I've opened up some art. It's been a couple weeks now. Busy summer, lots going on, crazy August. I went to the comic book shop this week and had 3 weeks worth of books to pick up, so I'm behind. Anyway, another art delivery from Felix. I did I pre-cut the box open there. I mean, no real surprise. It's from art from The Moon is Following Us. Talked about that book. A highlight of my 2025 so far. Just an amazing series. Really just spoke to me on so many levels and finished strong. And so I continue to, every time I see new art from each drop, I was like, oh, let's get that. Anyway, so this is all from issue 6. I have 2 pages in here. 2 pages from issue 6. So we'll get this out of here. And all right, so that's done. And have it face down here, so I'm not peeking at it. So then, all right. So issue 6 gets into the second volume now. It's the 10-part series. Volume 1 was issues 1 through 5. Like I said, that first volume is out. The second volume, I still think it's a couple months until that's actually released, which is frustrating. But really, what we want is a deluxe edition with a hardcover. Another promo card in here for the now completed Art of Daniel Warren Johnson Kickstarter, which I am very much looking forward to that book. All right, so I think let's do this one first. Okay. Yeah. So I've talked about it before, how the series is created. It's a collaboration between Daniel Warren Johnson and Riley Rossmo, and how they do create those pages. Daniel Warren Johnson draws all the real world stuff, and Riley Rossmo draws all the setting of the scenes set inside Penny's mind. There are some pages that they both worked on, and this is actually a page where they both had a hand in creating it. It's largely a Riley Rossmo page, but there's one panel that is a Daniel Warren Johnson. So this is the introduction. Well, he was in a couple pages before this, but you get his name on this page. It's the Jebediah Swano, who was one of Penny's nightmare characters. But yeah, he introduces himself to Sam and Duncan. And you get the fact that you learn in this part of the series that some of the things in Penny's dream world that are powerful are the nightmares, and where those nightmares come from. And the panel you get here is he's a spider-like character, and they talk about how Penny is afraid of spiders. They talk about how Sam and Duncan I'm also afraid of spiders. But there's a panel on here which is the Daniel Warren Johnson, the flashback to them talking about the spiders. You see Penny and Sam there as Duncan is capturing the spider. But I love it's them introducing to this character in the dream world, and then there's a quick cut flashback to the origin of that nightmare and the fear of spiders. And I love that. I love that this story gives them the opportunity to create pages like this. In fact, it's this very page where we learn the truth behind the fact that the nightmares are truly what fuels the strength inside this dream world. It's Jebediah explains that to Sam and Duncan. So it's a pretty striking page and visually, but also the context of what is being told. The story moment is also quite important. So really another added benefit of this page. Again, it's my ideal kind of page. I love when you get a really kind of a splashier image with a bunch of storytelling panels alongside of it, and one of which being a Daniel Warren Johnson panel. So this one really spoke to me, and these were a very reasonably priced page. I've spoke to Riley's strengths before, and how this series really provided him the opportunity to lean into his world building, character designs, really kind of go all out in the fantastical, and that's a big part of what drew me to the book. I mean, obviously I'm a big Daniel Warren Johnson fan, but it just made sense. The stylings of Riley's art it fit the setting so well, it fit the story so well, and it just paired wonderfully with Danny Warren Johnson's storytelling, his the art from the real world stuff. It's just the entire package of what this story is, what it's about, how it looks, how it's presented, how it was created. All of it was very intriguing, and it just spoke to me on again all of those levels. Just another fantastic page from Riley that I'm happy to add to the collection. Now, this next page, I have described this as like the quintessential dad page from the entire series, and I can't wait to take a look at it. There's a note on the back of it that Danny Warren Johnson is known to write, kind of like mini micro journal entries on the back of some of the pages he creates, and this one just says "Tough day today." So again, very fitting to have that on the back of this one. But we're gonna take a look and. Yeah, this this is great. Wild. All right, so this is a Danny Warren Johnson splash page. Not something I thought that I would ever be able to get my hands on, but thankfully this is a page that was not as expensive as, say, a Transformers Danny Warren Johnson splash page would be. This was not as expensive as most Transformers pages. This was less expensive than those. So, yeah, I'm just gonna talking about how when they introduce the idea of drawing strength from nightmares, strength from fears. This is a flashback to in in the dream world. They kind of they learn how to use weapons. As before, they were using guns and all that stuff, and they weren't as effective. But they were introduced to the idea that the nightmares, those bring you strength, and they kind of they pick up and use weapons based on those nightmares. And one thing that Duncan stumbles upon is a car seat. And then there's a flashback, like he's like, why is this, why it's our old car seat, why is this here? Yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna look at it. So it's a flashback to Duncan in a locked in battle with a car seat. So any dad out there, any parent out there that understands how terribly annoying car seats are, will understand the appeal of this page. But the fact that it's it's this crazy, extreme, exaggerated look on Duncan's face. Sam's back there yelling at him, Penny's crying. It's just this very dramatic moment that is rooted in reality, and it's just amazing. And I didn't think I'd be able to pick this one up, but it was there. It was priced accordingly. Now again, I think I'm the target audience for this page. I thought it was like one of the most amazing pages in the book, just because it made me laugh. It was rooted in the idea that they're drawing strength from terrible things, and the car seat is just the idea of a car seat is it's such a thing that messes with your mind, because they're terribly frustrating to get into a car. And as a parent, you want to make sure it's in there correctly, because it's only the safety of your child that you're talking about. So clearly, why would I have a vested interest to make sure that this thing is installed properly? And it feels like it's just fighting you the entire time to try to get it in there. But again, it also speaks to the idea that I think a lot of epic battles that dads have are just with inanimate objects. Like, there are so many things that I just get frustrated with, because the kids are there and the kids frustrate you, but you can't like take your frustrations out on the kids. So when something, you encounter the car seat that won't go in properly, and then you take your frustrations out on that, or the grill won't start, or whatever it is, that you just like, you're locked in the battle, like, you freaking stupid. And then it's just that kind of anger that comes out that in that moment, and to have that happened here with Duncan, that's what he was so frustrated with the car seat, that it imprinted on Penny's brain, that it was just this traumatic event. I don't know. I found some truth in that situation. I find some humor in that situation, and to be able to have it represented on a page of original comic art from Danny Warren Johnson, that's amazing. It just is a wonderful, wonderful feeling to be able to have picked up this page. It's one of those, again, I turned the page of the story and it just made me smile, even though it's this, crazy stressful moment that imprinted on Penny in a traumatic way. It's like, I see you, Danny Warren Johnson. I understand, and it's like him saying like, hey, to parents, like he sees us. Like, I get it. This is the thing that kind of we've all had this experience, this similar experience. So maybe not the traumatic event of our kids crying while we were wrestling with the car seat, but other things for sure. But yeah, I love it, and the fact that there's just so much food litter on the seat, because like, again, you pick up a car seat and you discover like half a box of Cheerios that had accumulated over months that are just, every couple of times there's just a snack in there and it's under the seat, crushed in. It's just a mess. I'm not selling the idea that parenthood is fun, but it is. I mean, it is fun, but the idea that the kids create such a mess, it's just disgusting. And there's especially when it comes to car seat, all the snacks that are there, applesauce pouches, granola bar wrappers, and they're all kind of represented here on the art. So it's just fantastic. I just absolutely love this one, and it's a great cross section of my interests, my current reality, and my love of this story, the love of the art, and why I love the story. Just the subject matter of it. It's just phenomenal. Like, I'm so fortunate to be able to have grabbed this one, and again, I think I benefited from people not really, maybe not really knowing what to think of this story, not being immediately hooked by it. I do know some people that started reading it and thought, oh, let's not like do a power bomb, so they just kind of like dropped off, and that's fair. But for me, it continued to get better and better. I stuck with it just because the subject matter, the hook got me, and man, am I glad I did, because I feel like those that may have dropped off of the series missed out. I think they really missed out on the opportunity to maybe own some of the art. Again, I'm happy that those did, but I strongly encourage people to, if this remotely sounds like something you're interested in, if the parental aspect of it, speaks to you at all, I would get caught up in the series, because there's some really amazing issues. Felix has dropped the art for issues 1 through 6, and so issues 7, 8, 9, and 10 are coming, and some great stuff ahead in those issues. So please, more people buy the art, so I am not tempted to continue buying it, because I probably will. I don't know that I should, but such is the life of an art collector. But anyway, go read The Moon Is Following Us. It's fantastic. One thing I wanted to mention before I close this video out, in talking about comics, I've met a lot of people along the way through making these videos, just from looking at content on YouTube, as far as original art collectors, comic readers, and the cross section of those. And I've met a lot of people. One of the people that I met is a guy, Bunkmaster B. His channel is Bunkmaster B on comics, and we've bonded over a lot of things, like being parents, the art that we like, the stories that we enjoy, and I enjoy really listening to him talk about. When I look at the comics that I'm interested in more now these days, kind of heading away from the big two and into the kind of more independent stuff. He's like lived in that space for a while, and I love listening to him talk. So with that in mind, we started a new channel called Tired Dad's Comic Club. It's a channel that we're going to do just comics discussions. It's an excuse for us to get together and talk about the comics that we enjoy. We would love for it to be an interactive type thing. We'll expand. We'll have guests on in the future, just to kind of touch base with. There's a lot of people that I've met along the way through these hobbies that have similar interests. I'll have differing interests that I'm intrigued by. So I think a lot of good conversations could come out of that. And I'm looking forward to just having more comics related discussions. So we did drop a preview, like a teaser video that's on the channel now. And then there'll also, by the time this posts, there'll be another, probably the episode 1, the full episode of our favorite summer reads of 2025. That will be live as well. So I'll put a link in the description of this video if you're interested in more with me talking about comics, then the option is there for you. So I'd appreciate checking it out, but your time is very valuable, so I understand if that is maybe not your thing. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this one, and I will see you soon.